My name is Cynthia Boas. I'm a CPA and the controller for Christian School District, which is a faith-based independent PK through grade 12 school located outside of St. Louis, Missouri, in O'Fallon, Missouri. We have over 600 students and 125 employees and an annual budget of a little over $6 million. Well, for us, it was a new executive director who had come in from a large nonprofit, and he came in and was totally amazed that we were still doing everything by hand. And he recognized all of our pain points, and he was really the driving force behind going into automation here. And our pain points, like it is in any accounts payable department, is too much paper and handling paper too many times. We were double paying invoices. We were hand entering information. We had lack of consistent approvals. Our executive director was manually signing over 150 checks a month, and he didn't want to spend his time doing that. And we do use the payment automation, which is wonderful. And overall, we just had a confusion and frustration among the staff because, of course, they're teachers. They don't want to learn what a PO process is. And so they were very confused and frustrated. And so those were our pain points. Well, I think for us, the biggest thing now is that employees now understand the AP process a little bit better. Again, they're teachers, they're not accountants, but because it's laid out step by step in Sage APA. So they know exactly what they're filling out. Reduced paper. Sage APA is now our virtual filing cabinet, which is wonderful because our head of school, our principals can go in and look and see things without having to come to a physical place. I love the two-way sync. That is fabulous, and it's a two-way. I love it. I love it. Again, the reduction in manual checks through the AP module. It is just wonderful. Our CFO can just go online, approve the checks. And one really neat thing, Sage APA doesn't allow a question mark for a general ledger code. And, that's pretty huge because before we would get purchase orders and they'd just put a gigantic question mark on it. You can't do that. Your GL has been uploaded into it. And as you can see from where I'm working, the ability to work remotely, I'm in my dining room. This is where I work. I only go into the office once a week. So work-life balance is huge. Okay, project purchase orders is a neat little thing that we came up with because as a school, we have many projects and events, graduation, prom, homecoming, parent, all sorts of things. And it was really too cumbersome for our staff to complete a vendor purchase order where they actually put in the vendor name for every expense that they had. And many times they didn't even know what those vendors were going to be. The principals were having to approve way too many purchase orders and couldn't see the big picture. So we created a vendor in Sage 50 called Project Purchase Order, synced it over, and they are allowed then to use that and fill it out for the project. So some of you may be using standing or blanket purchase orders, and those are for a specific vendor. Our project purchase order is for a whole project. So they can get their entire project approved. Then as the invoices start coming in on the invoice side or the expense reimbursements, however it works, all we need is to be able to do a very quick search under purchase order for graduation, homecoming. It'll pull it up. We can do adopt the PO coding right there on the screen and then go up and change project purchase order to the actual vendor, submit it, and move it through. It has saved us so much frustration, angst, and a few tears. Well, for us, we went from a lack of automation to lots of automation very quickly. And I have to admit, because Sage APA was an easy implement, and we didn't have a lot of hiccups. The training was easy, and we were able to roll it out to the staff very, very quickly, and they picked up on it easier. So when we then wanted to roll out a HR automation, we had the success to say, look how great this was. This is going to be even better. And so we were able to get the HR automation, which has saved us a lot of time because we're getting rid of paper, and we're able to do everything and have a portal for the employees to go through. And because now everything is interconnected, and now I have time to work on, let's do the overhaul of the general ledger that hasn't been for a decade, and let's look at budgeting. And we are now looking at actually upgrading to a cloud-based accounting system, of course, that will integrate with Sage AP. Well, I totally agree with Tanya. Work-life balance is great. I'm a grandma. I get to spend time with my grandchildren a little bit more because AP is not coming home in a box of paper. I'm taking care of elderly parents. This is really allowing me to set my work life as I need to balance the journey of life. Now, as a school, we will never go completely green because we have teachers and handouts. But I can actually say that in our business office, we went from 2 to 3 file cabinets down to 1 drawer for AP. So that is huge. And I, again, not bringing home banker's boxes full of paper to do work. The really big success is we don't get these phone calls or emails that say, can you pull this document for us? Can you get this? Can you make a copy of this? Has this been paid? Now, we still get a few of those, but they can go on into the system and look. So I'm going to tell you, my emails have gone way down because I'm not dealing with all of this. We have guided people to where to get the information, and that is huge because I don't like answering emails. I really don't. I'm old. I don't like that. But the biggest thing for us was the state grants that we had for COVID. We were getting state EANS money, and we had a grant manager. It was just one of the school counselors, and she was in charge of submitting all of all these documents. Of course, they wanted it electronically. Well, it was so simple. We taught her how to find the information in Sage APA, and it was so simple because we actually set up a GL for all of the EANS money, and she was able to go in and do the sort. And so for anyone who's using grants, getting grant money, Sage AP really saves your life.